Hey everyone, we're Red Donkey Projections. I'm Eric, and we have Lucas as always.
Hey everyone.
So what we're going to be talking about today is a look at the Senate race in South Carolina. As you can see in some recent polls, Lindsey Graham, the Republican incumbent, is not leading by that much. At one point in August 6th, the poll was even, and now Lindsey Graham only leads by 3. Will his challenger, Jaime Harrison, have a chance? Let's find out.
And with that being said, let's get right into it. So it might seem kind of strange that we're talking about South Carolina because South Carolina is supposed to be this pretty Republican, deep conservative state. But that's not what we're really seeing in the polls right now for this election. So let's start out by talking about South Carolina in general. There is a pretty high African American electorate here, although we don't really see that much turnout from them. And not all African Americans are Democrats, but a large majority of them are. Let's start taking a look.
27%. Yeah, sorry, 27% African American in South Carolina.
Yeah, so that's a pretty big number considering that the national average of African Americans, I believe, is 13%. So that's pretty high. All right, let's take a look now at polling. So, according to the polls, we do see Lindsey Graham up. Yes, he is up, but not by much. 3 points, tied 1.4 points, 2 points. And then, yes, we do have a 7-point here, but this is from Gravis. I don't trust Gravis.
There was another
although,
even.
from February, we saw Marist College, A+, 7 points, but that is a pretty high undecided number there.
17, yeah.
Yeah. So let's give some background first. Lindsey Graham is the current senator here. He formerly was a very, very big never Trumper. He actually ran for president against Donald Trump in 2016, very against Donald Trump until around 2017. 2017, he reversed himself. Now he's a pretty staunch Trump ally,
Yeah.
which caught basically everyone by surprise.
It's very funny. There's actually his challenger, Jaime Harrison, who actually happens to be an African American. He says there was a Lindsey Graham 1.0, and now he is Lindsey Graham 2.0 because of just how he went opposite of who he used to be, and now he's just a staunch Trump supporter. And before he was a never Trumper, as he said.
Very interesting. Yeah, I agree with that. Now, Jaime Harrison, on the other hand, as Eric said, is an African American. He was formerly the chair of the South Carolina Democratic Party. I don't think he held any other office other than that. He is, I think, less progressive than a progressive is, but he's a Democrat.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't support, or at least on his page, he doesn't talk about Medicare for all, and I know that he doesn't support defunding the police. So he's not an extremely progressive Democrat, which actually could be helpful because, in the state of South Carolina, I don't think we have a lot of progressives, and we have a bit more moderate voters that Harrison can appeal to.
All right, let's head now to our county by county analysis that we do every single episode. So South Carolina, interestingly enough, does not have that many swing counties, barely any. If you go look at the 2016 election compared to the 2012 election, only one county flipped from Obama to Trump that time. So it's a lot about maximizing those margins. So what does Jaime Harrison have to do? He's got to bring up African American turnout. I personally don't think he's going to be able to bring it up enough to win the election. What do you think about that, Eric?
Yeah, especially in a time of coronavirus, you can't really be that social and campaign with that many people. So really increasing turnout to such a level is going to be kind of a challenge.
I agree with that. I've highlighted here some of the counties, some examples of counties that are pretty Democratic that he needs to get higher margins in. It's so unlikely, though. I think he can drag up the turnout enough from a lot of those groups here. So at the end of the day, I don't think it's likely that he will be able to win because he can't bring up that turnout that he needs.
South
Yep.
Carolina does have a pretty conservative electorate, which
Hmm.
is why it's going to be a bit harder for Jaime Harrison to do campaigning here because Lindsey Graham is certain that there are very conservative Republicans that will be voting for him. And once again, yes, it's just a matter of margins in some bit
Right.
less safer counties.
I think that South Carolina is not a like as solid of Republican states as other states, like Wyoming, for example. It's still pretty safe in the Republican column, but it's just not as safe. So we actually have this as likely in the presidential election prediction, and we also have it as likely in our Senate prediction as well. So let's head to the so what portion that we do every single episode. Why does this matter? First, I'm going to quickly fill out our current predictions, um, kind of
Excluding margins.
excluding margins. And we're going to give Montana and Idaho to, oh, that's the wrong color. Idaho and Montana to, oh boy, Montana and Idaho to the Republicans because we do think it probably is going to be heading towards that direction. So oops, I want to first say that um, if South Carolina were to flip blue, in the unlikely event that it does flip blue in the Senate election, I think that a lot more of these Senate races will probably be blue as well. So this does seem kind of unlikely here that this
Yes.
somehow happens. Because if South Carolina turns blue, I think Iowa would turn blue, Montana would go blue. So, so this would be definitely very interesting to see. But essentially, South Carolina would give the Democrats an outright majority in the Senate. So they wouldn't need, well, now we know Vice President Kamala Harris's vote to break the tie because we do think Biden will win the
Presidential election.
presidency. Right. And the Senate, the vice president serves as the president of the Senate, so they do break a tie if there is one. So this would be very helpful. And it'd also be helpful if like they were to lose a seat somehow. Let's say I don't know, Tom Tillis were to win. Oh, that's Gene Shaheen. Sorry. Let's say if Tom Tillis were to win, which is not likely at the moment. If that happens, Democrats still maintain a majority. But again, they still have to be kind of safe here because you have senators like Joe Manchin or Angus King that are very moderate. So um, even a 50-50 majority isn't too secure. South Carolina would secure it, but at the end of the day, at the moment, very, very unlikely to go to the Democrats. So I'll put this one as red because we do have it as likely. And that's the end of it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. If you like this episode, please hit the like button. And if you like our content, please hit subscribe. We'll see you in our next episode tomorrow.
See ya.